Vem är du egentligen?
Jag är sändebud från nattens drottning.
Från min mor.
Just det.
Vad heter du då?
Jag heter Papageno, men vänta nu får se om det här står. Vackra ögon. Och vackra. Och lite röda. Blont hår. Blont. Röda läppar. Ja, röda läppar, ja. Stämmer ju allting precis. Utom fötter. Enligt den här bilden ska vi inte ha några fötter.
Fights back against the fire debris being dumped in a landfill in the city.
Local businesses buckling in the aftermath of the fires.
Even on a bright sunny day where we would normally see five-figure income, we now see, if we're lucky, 4.
The economic impact and the plea for customers.
And making waves.
I'm making you the president of the waves.
Pepperdine's legal battle with Netflix and Warner Brothers. News at 5 starts now.
Malibu's only live newscast. This is Newswaves 32, live.
90,000. As Phase 2 of the Palisades fire cleanup is underway, that is the estimated number of truckloads of debris that will be heading to area landfills. Good evening, I'm Claire Everbach.
And I'm Sahana Patel. Welcome to Newswaves on this Tuesday, February 25th. The question is if some of that debris will be dumped at a landfill in Calabasas. The County Board of Supervisors is in a public hearing on the matter right now. As Nora Moriarty reports, the hearing comes after the city of Calabasas filed a lawsuit.
Claire, Sahana, the city of Calabasas filed that lawsuit against LA County last week to stop the transport of fire debris from the Palisades fire to the Calabasas landfill just off of Lost Hills Road. The argument is that this type of landfill isn't classified to accept such material.
Residents up in arms.
The EPA is going to tell you this isn't dangerous. It is dangerous.
After learning LA County's plans to dispose of Palisades fire debris at the Calabasas landfill.
Our community is very concerned with this.
Calabasas resident and member of the group Protect Calabasas, Michelle Geller, is worried about the proximity of toxic ash to kids, especially her child with health concerns.
It's one of the only landfills in California that's near a residential area. Well, near a residential area with parks, a park that my child, my 5-year-old with one kidney, plays at.
Calabasas Mayor Peter Kraut says the LA County-owned landfill, which the sanitation district operates, is not permitted to accept hazardous waste, being a Class 3 facility.
It needs to be packaged up and taken to a landfill that is designated to receive hazardous waste.
Kraut says LA County hasn't been transparent.
We're also finding that they're using careful word choices to avoid identifying the material being what it actually is.
The fire debris coming to the landfill is from Phase 2 of the fire cleanup. Phase 1 is removing all hazardous household materials, including lithium batteries and chemicals. But being deemed non-hazardous, Kraut says, doesn't mean it's not toxic.
Nobody has come out and said that there is no toxic material here. They can't say that because the material is toxic.
The Air Quality Research Center at UC Davis says wildfire smoke and ash, especially from urban fires, release toxic particles that pose serious short and long-term health risks. That's why, included in the lawsuit, a temporary restraining order to stop the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers from dropping the material off at the landfill.
It's still hazardous, and it needs to go to a facility that's ready for hazardous debris. And that is not Calabasas.
Nora Moriarty, Newswaves 32.
Thank you, Nora. Yesterday, a Superior Court judge issued a tentative ruling denying the request made by the city of Calabasas for a temporary restraining order to prevent fire-related debris from being dumped into the landfill. Even though this is a tentative ruling, judges rarely deviate from them. The LA County Board of Supervisors is still in public hearing at this hour on the matter, and no updates have been provided.
With 700 homes lost and the closure of PCH to general public, many local Malibu restaurants are struggling. Newswaves reporter Viviana Diaz joins us live from the Malibu Pier, where the Malibu Farms restaurant is operating at half capacity. Viviana?
Thank you, Sahana. Part of the appeal of Malibu's restaurants for tourists was the scenic drive to get to them. With cleanups from the fires and floods along PCH, that drive is now not possible or appealing. This is forcing many restaurants to reduce their operations. With PCH mostly closed to general traffic since the Palisades fire, many local Malibu restaurants like Malibu Farm are struggling. Manager of Malibu Farm, Alexander Venosa, says the restaurant normally runs 2 locations on the Malibu Pier, but currently only one is open.
For now, our cafe is closed. We've been able to accommodate that by creating sort of a hybrid menu from both of our restaurants and bringing it up here to our main restaurant.
Venosa says Malibu Farm normally operates with 35 to 40 employees, but now only have 15, and some employees have quit.
We did lose a couple of strong employees just because the future is very uncertain for us.
For the remaining employees, getting to the restaurant itself is a challenge.
Struggling with having people come in to scheduled shifts.
Even delivery trucks have not been able to make it to the restaurant.
Our first day, we did have to cancel half of our menu because we had a problem getting most of our produce in.
Venosa says the restaurant's loss of revenue since the fires is substantial.
Even on a bright sunny day where we would normally see five-figure income, we now see, if we're lucky, 4.
Despite these challenges, people who can are still showing up to support.
I do recall a handful of people our first week that we were opening specifically saying, hey, you know, we heard online on your Instagram that you guys are open today. We came to show some love.
Malibu Farm isn't the only business struggling. Deegan Kimball, a Broad Street Oyster employee, said the restaurant has been slower than usual.
You know, it's usually very, very busy over here. The line's usually huge, but it's been very slow for us personally.
Kimball said one way they are supporting the community is by giving first responders a 20% discount.
We've been doing what we can to help out anybody who's been trying to help out the community year-round.
Taverna Tony is also giving a 15% discount to Pepperdine students and a 25% discount to those that spend $150. Malibu Farm is also supporting the community by selling shirts giving all proceeds to wildfire victims. Still, other restaurants along PCH are temporarily closed due to the fires and mudslides, including Duke's and Tremonto Bistro.
Thank you, Viviana. In order to manage the speed up fire rebuilding, a new position for the City of Malibu has been proposed. The Big Rock Mesas Property Owners Association is calling for a program director for fire rebuilds.
This initiative represents a crucial step towards expediting recovery efforts and restoring our neighborhood.
Nearly 170 homes were lost in the Big Rock neighborhood due to the Palisades fire. Davis says the director would provide hands-on support rebuilding efforts and nominated Abe Roy for the role. Roy is an experienced Malibu contractor. The 6-month assignment would be evaluated after its term to determine effectiveness.
While residents are pushing to improve the rebuilding process for Palisades fire victims, the Malibu community is still dealing with rebuilding projects after the Woolsey fire in 2018. At last night's City Council meeting, residents presented data from the city showing that certificates of occupancy have only been issued for 185 out of 488 homes lost during the Woolsey fire. In December, challenges were added with 9 homes lost in the Franklin fire. City leaders say Malibu did not properly handle the aftermath of the Woolsey fire.
You know, we blew it. We blew it. And 6 years later, and they deserve everything that we're going to try to do for Palisades.
Councilmember Bruce Silverstein says damage still existing from nearly 7 years ago has not received the same attention from Governor Newsom. The city will host a special meeting on Thursday at 3 p.m. to address Palisades fire rebuilding efforts. Assistant City Manager Joseph Toney says the meeting agenda is still being finalized, but will include an environmental study and insurance review. Enjoy the warm weather while it lasts. A big cool down is on the way.
And beachgoers are being urged to steer clear of 6 sea lions, and experts are scrambling to find out why.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back. An unknown sickness is affecting sea lions along Malibu's coast.
Newswaves reporter Gabrielle Salgado joins us live at Point Dume to tell us more about the situation. Gabrielle, the California Wildlife Center has been really busy, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. The CWC has been so incredibly busy these past few days. They're responding to sick sea lions here in Malibu. The CWC said that they believe these sick sea lions are suffering from domoic acid toxicity. Domoic acid is a naturally found toxin in algae. If ingested, these marine mammals can suffer from heart and brain damage. Their symptoms include seizures and confusion. Now, I was at the CWC earlier today, and a representative told me that they are receiving 50 to 100 calls a day over these sea lions. Now, when they receive these calls, they go on a rescue mission, and when I was there, the Marine Mammal Response Team was on an active rescue mission. When these sea lions are rescued from the beach, they are transported to the Wildlife Center in Calabasas. And from there, they're either treated at that Wildlife Center in Calabasas, or they are transferred to other wildlife centers in the area. Sea lions, these 6 sea lions have been reported at Little Dune Beach as well as in the Paradise Cove area. If someone encounters a sick sea lion, the CWC recommends that they stay at least a school bus length away, as these animals may bite, and they are also suggesting for people to call their hotline. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Well, sunshine is finally back to Malibu.
Hi, Alexa. It almost feels like summer, but a big cool down is on the way.
Yes, we are going to have warm weather and sunshine until the end of the week, right when spring break starts for us here at Pepperdine. Today's forecast shows sunny skies with temperatures reaching a high of 73 degrees and dipping to a low of 54. Enjoy the warmth while it lasts, as the temperatures will drop off dramatically starting this Friday. The weather will sink back to cloudy conditions with temperatures in the high 50s and possible showers Saturday night. Taking a look at our surrounding areas, Santa Monica is experiencing mostly sunny weather with a high of 67 and a low of 52 degrees. Jumping over to our inland areas, we see some much warmer temperatures. Calabasas has a high of 81 degrees and then decreases to a low of 54. Agora Hills and Thousand Oaks are showing the same sunny conditions, with temperatures for both peaking at 81 with sharp drop-offs to a low of 52 degrees. The fire threat is low today, except there was a small fire on campus at Mail Services, which has been put out. The surf at both Malibu First and Third Point is poor, with knee to thigh level waves reaching about 1 to 2 feet. On Wednesday, there will be a significant swell at Zuma Beach that will pump 3 to 4 foot waves that are chest level high. Looking at our 4-day forecast, Tomorrow brings sunshine all day with a high of 76 degrees and a low of 52 degrees. Thursday will show partly cloudy conditions with a high of 75 degrees and a drop-off to a low of 56. Friday will continue the trend of sunny skies, but begin to drop off to cooler temperatures with a high of 63 and a low of 50. And Saturday will have partly cloudy skies with a high of 61 and a low of 48.
Thank you, Alexa. So just when we thought we were going to get our fun summer Malibu back, it's back to cool.
I know it will definitely be cool starting this Friday, but it's a really good day to go outside and tan both tomorrow and on Thursday. I know I'm going to be tanning.
Thank you, Alexa.
Thank you.
After months of devastating wildfires, child experts say routine is crucial for healing. How One Malibu Preschool is working to bring stability back to kids' lives.
And Pepperdine making a point. The latest on the legal showdown after the university filed a lawsuit over trademark infringement in the show Running Point.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Got a quarter?
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
According to child experts, kids find comfort in consistency.
Emma is here with her segment that's helping parents with their kids after a traumatic few months.
Hi, Claire and Sahana. Child experts say consistency is key for kids who experienced the trauma of the wildfires over the past few months. The director of Gone Malibu Preschool hopes her program is a comfort zone for children after the flames.
And we're the stability. At all times, and especially when coping with emotional trauma. Sarah Cunin, the director of Gone Malibu Preschool, says school provides a consistent routine for kids. At least having their friends and having their same teachers and all of that gives them a sense of normalcy. This normalcy is exactly what child clinical psychologist Genevieve Scale says is important for kids in the aftermath of the fires.
The structure and the predictability of a routine and a schedule, so long as it's not like overly scheduled, can be really beneficial for kids.
Cunin says the Franklin fire came within 25 feet of the preschool. We are grateful the winds turned and we were spared. The burn scar from the fire prompts questions from some kids. We try not to discuss it in front of the children to scare them. But if questions do come up, Cunin says she handles them with care. And again, we don't stop it, but then we do try to focus it in positive ways. Scale says if kids ask questions, answer them in an age-appropriate way.
Honesty and openness are going to be more beneficial to a child.
But also, Scale says it's important for parents to look for reactions to the trauma in ways other than words for the younger kids.
Because kids are going to communicate not just verbally, not just through their behavior, but also through play.
Cunin is not a stranger to this response. She says she has seen kids cope with fires through drawings and games.
They're playing evacuation, and they're packing their stuff and, they're talking about it.
Scale says kids are resilient, but to pay attention to these signs.
I think they do bounce back quicker, like elastic bands, but I think they can also feel those things very deeply.
Cunin says parents and loved ones play the most important role in kids feeling secure.
What they want most is their parents, and their families and their friends. And when they have that, they don't really think about much else, honestly.
Gone Malibu Preschool provides full-time care from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for children as young as 3 months old to 5 years old. And they're opening their arms for families affected by the Franklin and Palisades fires. And now I know that every situation is different for every kid, but doing those little things and making those little habits is what's going to help the most.
Absolutely. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you.
A wellness influencer is under arrest in connection with a deadly crash on PCH in Malibu. Summer Wheaton is suspected of driving under the influence and crashing into and killing a rideshare driver, Martin Okiki. The collision happened on the 4th of July just west of Carbon Canyon near Nobu, where Wheaton was leaving a party. Okiki's family sued the influencer late last year for wrongful death. Yesterday, Wheaton surrendered and was booked for gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated and driving under the influence.
At last night's City Council meeting, Mayor Doug Stewart honored Malibu's only local radio station.
Presented the 24th day of February 2025 on behalf of the Malibu City Council. I couldn't be prouder to give this to you. Thank you, Hans.
Hans and Diane Letts of KBUU Malibu were presented a certificate from Mayor Stewart, who commended the couple for their volunteer work. The station serves as the city's primary broadcast source for emergency communication. Hans, who is the station's manager, thanked the City Council and staff for their ongoing support. Pepperdine has filed a lawsuit against Netflix for their new show, Running Point. Melissa is here with more information on that.
Thank you, Sahana. Pepperdine University has filed a lawsuit against Netflix and Warner Brothers, and a hearing is currently underway about the alleged trademark infringement.
Isla, I am making you the president of the Waves.
When I was a little girl, Daddy never believed in me.
The university claims that Mindy Kaling's new show, Running Point, has used Pepperdine's trademark and branding for a fictional basketball team. In their trailer Netflix released 3 weeks ago, the university's name, color, and historical background are used in the show. Most notably, the name of the team, the Waves, with strikingly similar logos and uniforms to the university. The number 37 also appears throughout the trailer, nodding to Pepperdine's founding year. In the suit, the university is arguing that the show's explicit content clashes with the Christian values of Pepperdine and is damaging to their reputation. Pepperdine wishes to prevent further use of the trademark and asks the court for an unspecified amount of monetary damages. Netflix and Warner Brothers have yet to publicly comment on the situation, and as of now, the show is still scheduled to premiere February 27th on Netflix. It's going to be a night of Hollywood glamour with a heartfelt mission this Sunday at Alo in Malibu. The Malibu Film Society is hosting their annual Oscar viewing party. All of the net proceeds will go to the local fire relief services. Their president, Scott Talal, says the choice of Alo was personal, knowing that their staff has suffered financially and personally from the recent wildfires. Ticket prices will start at $100 for members and $150 for non-members. There will also be a link for guests to directly donate to help local fire relief. Guests can expect a red carpet reception, champagne toasts, and a special menu including a variety of past hors d'oeuvres. And the hearing was today at 2, and I did reach out to Pepperdine's attorney but got no response back, so at the moment we have no update about what went down during the hearing.
Well, the Alo event definitely sounds fun. I look forward to seeing and maybe attending it.
Yeah, I was looking at the menu and it looked like they were going to have a bunch of delicious options, and I'm really excited.
Sounds like something we should all go to.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Getting back in the swing of things.
Malibu's Little League looks to start a new season after the wildfires. And IHOP is hoping to flip into the record books. See how the restaurant chain plans to break a world record while giving back for a bigger purpose.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Got a quarter?
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
Gear up, guys.
From the Little League to collegiate athlete updates to an interview with an Olympic medalist, Jenna Parcio is here with an update in sports. Jenna?
Thank you, Claire. The Malibu Little League is thriving after having an influx in members. Joe Alfano is the Little League president and spoke at last night's city council meeting thanking the city. He recapped the league's progress, starting an increase to 270 players in the league, including many new players from the Palisades. At the season day this Saturday, members of the fire department are throwing the first pitch. The Little League is also going out of their way to support local businesses and asking for sponsorships from businesses in Westlake and beyond. And Pepperdine's swim and track programs are closing the month of February by waving goodbye to 16 previous school records. The oldest of these records being from 2008, senior Kaylee Peterson, who has been trying to break the indoor 60-meter dash record for 4 years, reflects on this accomplishment with great pride.
When a record's been held for so long, you know how many other people also had that as a goal to break that, and so it's special to me that I was the one that was able to achieve that.
With so many records falling throughout these winter and spring seasons, the waves aren't stopping here. Freshman swimmer Sophia Ware, who tied a school record in the 100 butterfly this weekend, is eager to get another PR and chase after even more records throughout her next 3 years in the program.
I'm like swimming through history almost. Like I'm contributing to history, and people are gonna look back on the record books and see my name.
Sophia will have another opportunity to break this long-standing record in 3 weeks when she travels to Florida to compete in a postseason meet called NICs after winning conference this past weekend. And reporter Catherine Lytle had the opportunity to speak with world record holder and Olympic gold medalist Sydney McLaughlin for the first episode of her new series that explores how Christianity has impacted athletes' journeys.
Two-time Olympic gold medalist and 400-meter hurdle world record holder Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone shares how her faith has greatly impacted her competition.
My relationship with God has allowed me to become a better athlete, number one, because I understand why I'm doing it, but also it motivates me to want to do it better.
She explains how this dynamic pushes her to be better in all aspects of her life.
Viewing just motivation, even through like the lens of Christ, is ultimately holding everything with an open palm. It's just given perspective of, you know, how scripture says, whatever you do, do all things unto the Lord, work heartily as for God and not, not for men.
And her faith has even allowed her to find a deeper motivation.
I want to do everything to the best of my ability for him.
Not only does this relationship with the Lord carry her to success, but also through trials like when McLaughlin Lervoni was injured at a pivotal time in her career.
I just had to focus on what God was trying to teach me through it. And I think he was honestly just trying to humble me, to be honest.
While she gets into the blocks, McLaughlin Lervoni always keeps God in her heart.
I'm on the line saying, God's got you. That's what I always say every time, is God's got you. And yeah, just trying to control what I can control and leaving the rest up to him.
This journey has allowed her to enjoy her sport on an entirely new level.
Since being saved, it has made the successes sweeter, not even so much for the accolades themselves, but just the journey and how he has just been so gracious and kind.
And she continues to appreciate the similarities between religion and her sport.
Since that relationship has grown, it's almost just given perspective, right? Like how Paul talks about, as Christians even, we run the race of life to obtain the crown. So there's so many parallels just between faith and sports.
Catherine Lytle, Newswaves 32.
Wow, well, how cool that Catherine got to interview Sydney McLaughlin.
So incredible and such an amazing start to the series. I'm really, really excited to see who else she's able to speak with. I know she has an interview with CJ Allen, who's the indoor 400-meter hurdle world record holder as well. So that'll be coming up soon, and I'm super excited to see what she does with that.
Me too. Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you.
IHOP is setting out to break the Guinness World Record for the most pancakes served in 8 hours. Join the pancake party at the Santa Monica Pier this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. to celebrate National Pancake Day's 20th anniversary. The world record currently is held at 17,000, but IHOP seeks to surpass this with 20,000 pancakes served. For every pancake eaten, IHOP will donate $1 to Feeding America, supporting the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank. Well, Sahana, if you were at this event, hypothetically, how many pancakes do you think you could eat?
Okay, well, pancakes are not my favorite, so maybe I could contribute 1.5 to the 20,000.
Okay, that's something.
What about you?
I think I would probably go with at least 2 or 3. I love pancakes.
Okay,
so.
that's good enough.
That will do it for us this evening. We will be off air for the next 2 weeks for spring break.
Have a great night.
Say with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book can be the first family, helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Well, Thomas,